Wyatt, and of course, I've got Ed Roast here. If you
How you
guys
doing?
don't know Ed,
Parked in Maryland. How's everybody?
that's right. That's right. I'm going to put Ed's little moniker in here into the chat. If you guys don't follow Ed, make sure that you do. I know that he just popped on another broadcast with Edward that is out walking in beautiful Orange County, Florida, out on the pier. And boy, that looked nice, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah, real nice.
Yeah, yeah. So the community here is absolutely dynamite. So I think the whole setup, the people behind Haps should be proud. I have no doubt at some point in the very near future, somebody's probably going to be backing up a Brinks truck and giving you guys some bread. So I'm sure that
Yeah,
that's
I think
coming.
they have some sort of announcement today, so I saw that somewhere.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna say it might be 6 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, I don't know. Forget. It's whatever our time, but they're doing it live their time. So you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
good, good. Maybe it'll be some sort of an announcement with hey, there's people looking at us. But long story short, here, Ed and I, as you can see, for the last couple of days, we've had this 30-day groove challenge pre-planning, and I say pre-planning for a reason. First and foremost, we want to get you into groove. You can do that by going to the URL that I put into the comments. And just for the record, I'll do it again just in case because I did this before we went live. But it's just getgroove.live and make sure that you do the HTTPS in front of it with the colon and forward slash. And the reason why is because then I know it goes to there. I thought that I could go to just getgroove.live, but I must not have it set up that way. So I'll need to go in and take a look at that. But regardless, that HTTPS forward slash or colon forward slash getgroove.live will get you there. And then Ed and I are also going to have a membership area that is going to be associated with this. Now, full disclosure, just to let you guys know, if you're not in Ed or I's Groove family, one or the other, then I probably will disappoint you on this, but we won't be having you in the membership. So please use that URL that I put in. It's not a fear of loss or a hook. It's not going to cost you anything to be in it. It's just we need you to be in it because there's going to be reasons because we're going to be promoting some of you as well. So, and because of that, Groove is a two-tier payout. It's not multi-level, but they do pay two tiers. And those tiers, if you're in the free program, is 20% if you bring in somebody, and 5% if the people that you bring in somebody, and that's if they upgrade and or pay the monthly fee that will eventually be on Groove if you decide to upgrade. Otherwise, it can remain free. This program is free, and then if you decide that you're one of those people that want to upgrade, which is awesome, you will get 40% for everybody that you bring in personally, and 10% of everything that they bring in. Now, as you can probably imagine, that can end up being a lot of money. We do not, will not, and have not made any claims about what that amount's going to be because it is different for everybody. You could do great, you could do horrible, or you could just use Groove and stay free, and we will part as friends. It's okay. We don't mind that at all. But the reason Ed and I upgraded is because it's saving a lot of money. I don't know what it's going to save Ed, but when I was looking at the numbers initially, and I think it's actually changed a little bit. I think it's actually more, but conservatively, it's 186 bucks a month that it was saving me, which was a lot of bread. So it was a no brainer for me to upgrade. Now, with that said, I want to let you guys know again, the reason that we're doing this in a pre-planning format is because there's still a couple things that we're wanting to get worked out. We want to make sure, number one, that people are in, and number two, that people are able to go to the stuff that we're talking about, and it's not quite ready yet. So this is still kind of a pre-planning stage. So
Yeah,
Ed, you said,
I think they're launching a couple things. Didn't they say when a couple weeks ago? Mike had that. I guess the state of groove or whatever announcement where things were, with where they're going, that type of thing. And I think he was saying that probably maybe this week going into July 1st, and right in there they're going to have the webinars platform set up, and also they started inviting people into the email
yeah,
processing.
the email is
I think
definitely a safety
they're
subject.
probably the most. I guess the people that are doing the most with Groove, or they're probably inviting them in slowly. You know what I mean? Because they the way he was saying it. I don't know what happened the first time, but email marketing and email platforms are very, very sensitive. If you got people doing things not the right way, it's not a good thing.
Well, and that's exactly what happened. You said you don't know what happened. I'll save you the suspense. If you bring in marketers into anything, Ed, you know better than anybody. It will absolutely get taken over in 8 ways from Sunday in a bad way. They know how to spam. They know how to make claims and flash checks and do everything that the powers that be don't like. So what they're going to have to do at this point is get re-whitelisted. And so what they're doing is they're bringing in a small portion that go out there and use it right, and then that bumps you up to another plateau. They're going to bring in another group, get them in using it right. That brings you to yet another plateau, and then what they're doing is kind of spoon feeding it in and getting it done correctly so that they don't have the same problem again.
Yeah,
And then I think
it
that,
makes sense.
yeah, well, I mean, like I said, marketers are the worst. I'm a marketer, and I can tell you that the lascivious things that I've seen people do are, you know, just the worst. They will rape and pillage a system and then move on and just leave them holding the bag and not give any care in the world. Now, I will tell you that from a pure standpoint of getting into a system and getting people into your list and not necessarily caring about the program at that point, a lot of people do that. But man, don't go into a program and start making cuckoo claims and sending out the platform for paid people in the beginning, Ed, was unlimited. So you could bring in 1 million names and load it into your contact list and blast it out. And so very quickly
Yeah, I'm sure
it
some
got
of them,
abused.
pulled all kind of crazy things in, or might have pulled in. Who the hell knows? Like you said, it probably wasn't even their list.
Oh no, I'm sure that they went through and just absolutely bombarded the system with a bunch of junk. They
Yeah,
were probably getting unfollows and spam, notifications left and right. So, but that's the unfortunately the that's one of those things that you got to bear. So, let's see, Dust Till Dawn, the Miami boys just subscribed. That's
cool.
awesome. I'm
Thanks,
glad to see
guys.
that. Thank you very much. And hello. I hope you guys are doing great. And so, all right. Um, but so Ed, you said you were working on your
Yeah,
funnel page. How's that going?
it's going good. I mean, all in all, like I said, what I did, I got some of the text. I've been kind of doing little spots of the text. I might have to send you a photo and figure out what the exact dimensions are. And maybe you can, you're better at that than I am. If you could make me a photo of that exact dimension,
Hmm.
because I want to see how that works. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
went into Canva and I kind of did a, we'll just say like a YouTube banner. I created like a YouTube banner size, but that seemed to be a little too big.
Okay.
So, I'm not that good at, what I only can't remember the damn, software that you use where you go in and create, you know, nice photos or make them a different dimension.
I use Photoshop.
That's what I meant, Photoshop. Yeah. So uh, anyway,
Yeah.
so, I'll shoot it over to you. No hurry, but I'd like to try to get that in there. And I guess over the weekend, probably have it all. Maybe have it ready to go live by Monday.
That'd be great. Yeah.
And it should, it honestly doesn't take that long. I'm just kind of, putting in about a half hour at a time, so it ain't like I just, if I put the time in, sat down and just knocked it out, it probably would take about 2.5 hours. I don't even know if it'd take that long, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I seem to make it a little harder sometimes than it is,
Are you building one from scratch or using one of the templates?
I'm using a template.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I think
they had a real estate template in there. I'm kind of using that. And I'm going to see how it looked pretty nice, kind of. So I'm going to give that a shot. This one doesn't have a video in it, so it's just a landing page. So it'll be good. So I'm going to do that.
Ed, you're not boring me, brother. I haven't had enough coffee yet.
I'm with you, brother. I'm like a little on the sluggish side today myself for some reason.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's Friday Eve. Are you going to the beach this weekend?
No, not this weekend. I'm thinking next, for the 4th going down. So I got a few projects around here I'm trying to wrap up and then get my work done, and then hopefully next weekend that'll be the 4th weekend for the 4th. So see if we can get a few things done down there next weekend.
I was just telling the other Edward, this is the second time in 2 days that you guys have caught me on the other side of my mission control. This is the PC side of everything. So the Mac that I do all the fancy schmancy stuff is behind me, but the system that we're talking about here, guys, is something that I think is going to be really good for people that whether you're using this as your I guess I should move that over. This is your video, or if you have a PC that's got either a webcam, which is what I have here, or a laptop or iPad that's got a built-in camera, or you got a system like what you see behind me, or anything in between. And by the way, mine's not the top. I don't want to make you guys think that's the top. There's plenty of other setups that make that one even look pale in comparison. But if you're out there trying to break away from what you're doing day to day, Ed and I used to talk every morning, and he'll tell you that I used to talk about going into the joint. And if you've ever been in jail, know that
that's when Wes had his ankle bracelet on.
I almost did. That place was just one of those places that every day it killed me just a little bit just to go in there. But Lord, I don't know where that one come from, Ed.
I was talking to my sister, and my sister's been working for the same company, and it's a big company, and they're involved with I guess they were doing a lot of things with COVID and things like that. So they're one of the bigger companies around in that arena. I'm not going to mention any names, but she's been there for she's got 1.5 years before she's vested, so she could retire. And she's like, well, she hadn't been to work for over 1 year, and she also. So she goes, I'm not going to probably go back until, if they start having us go back the first of the year or so. So she'll have like 1 year after that before she could. But anyway, I was just joking with her. I said, when you go back, I'll have to get you George Costanza's desks. So you hide under the desk at work.
If you guys
But it's funny,
understand
like,
that reference,
I mean, she's got very well paying job, but it's just, I hate to say it, the bureaucracy of these big companies, that's what drives people crazy. It really does. And, I've been fortunate, there's good and bad about things about working for yourself. You do have some downtime and things can, you know, get a little rough at times, but, just the freedom of doing things, it's like when my daughter was at college, and she played lacrosse. Wes knows this, but I went to every one of her games for 4 years except for one. You know what I mean? So you get to see a lot of things that are cool. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have the right type of a job or you can't do that. So or if you're you got the normal 9 to 5 where you just can't get out. Can't get away. So that's the beauty of it all. And
I worked in
yeah.
the office that I worked in was a cubicle farm. I mean, we would sit around Ed's headset. It was what everyone looked like, and you had file of facts folders. Looked like a doctor's office next to us, or a dentist office with those color coded. Heck, I probably have one sitting here somewhere that as a joke that I may have kept. Let me see if I have one. I thought I kept one. I don't know where I have it. But anyway, the it was just it was one of those jobs that just absolutely drove you crazy. By the way, that fart noise was this koosh ball, not me. But it's making noises.
No fluctuation when
No
happens.
fluctuation. But I went in for an interview one time, and one of the bosses leaned back in her chair, and she goes, "Yeah," she said, "we talked about this, amongst ourselves, and to be totally honest with you, we think the whole have a dynamite day thing is fake, and your attitude's fake, and nobody, is that happy. Hey, what's up, Cookie Johnson?" Cookie Johnson. Cookie, number one, you're a girl, and I've been talking about you being a baseball player and a rodeo rider all this time, and here you're a gal. Why didn't you tell me that? Um, Cookie Johnson. I still say it sounds like a good old time baseball player or someone that should be riding Tornado, but here you are a girl. So
Hey, girls can do that.
yeah, they can do both those things and probably better than me.
Ladies, yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. But what's funny is that same lady that said that about me being fake. So that took the wind out of my sails extremely early in that job because whether or not you guys believe it in watching me, but if you know nothing about me, I wish I could pan around this room so you could see just how big of a kid I am, literally and figuratively, a big kid. But the have a dynamite day stuff is 1,000% true. So I was walking by her months later after that happened, and she knew I didn't like her. And she was standing next to a birthday cake, and she said, "Hey, Wes," she goes, "I bet you'd like to smash my face in this cake, wouldn't you?" And I just said no comment as I was walking by. But boy, she was spot on, man. If I could have smashed her face in that cake, it would have made my day.
There you go.
It would have been a great way to get fired and go out. But unfortunately, there was no birthday cakes around the day that I was bouncing. But putting her face in a cake would have just that, especially if somebody could have videotaped it and I could have had it, to watch over and over again. That would have been phenomenal because she was a real piece of work.
Hmm.
But yeah, anyway, so with that said, Cookie, I am a good guy. She was just not a nice lady and fully and completely deserved to have her face smashed into a cake. Um, but yeah, so anyway, guys, we just to give you a tiny little wrap up here. If you go to the HTTPS, which is the secured version of HTTP colon forward slash get groove.live, and I just put that into the chat there. That is the program that Ed and I are talking about. Get in there, get a free account, And then in the coming days, we will go from pre-planning, and you will see day one and then day two and day three, and we'll keep going. I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to go every day, but we probably will. And if nothing else, if we skip a day, we're probably just going to go right into the following day when we do it. And the reason being is because at this pre-planning is to get a couple of you in. And in a perfect world, I'd love to see a bunch of you in, but if you can't, and you don't trust it yet, that's perfectly okay. I know that I'm not new to this game, guys. It takes 7, 8, 10 times for people to see stuff, before they start to pay attention to it. So you may very well not get involved in this first round. I hope you do for a number of reasons, because we are going to be featuring, people that do pop in to find out how they're doing and to promote them. So it will be advantageous to get in the first round. And just for the record, I'm going to give you the best part of all. It's free. You can go into that URL and sign up for an account. Won't cost you a dime. You can stay free indefinitely, as far as I know. Just for the record, that is what I assume will be the case going forward. It's not my system, guys. So if it changes, it's not because we changed it, but just for the record, even if they do change it, you would be given notice. You don't have to put any credit cards or anything like that in, and so it will never cost you anything ever. But with that said, I can't guarantee it'll be free forever. I think it will be in a limited fashion, but it may be a situation where they stop the free at some point. I don't think that's the case. Or B, you may just decide to upgrade for a numerous amount of reasons, one of which is because you can make more of a commission, and two, you'll have a lot more autonomy within the system. For instance, I was just asking Ed a few minutes ago when he was building his template or his page. I said, "Are you using a template or are you doing it from scratch?" And he said, "I'm using a template." Well, when you go into the templates in the free choice, there might be 5-10% of the templates that are available for the free members. You'll notice that there's a lock on some of the templates, and the reason why is because that's for members only.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you may notice that there are a limitation on how many blogs you can have. I think it's one, to be honest with you. But you can have as many as you want. If not that you could keep up with as many as you want, but let's say you got 5 different interests and you want to have 5 different blogs, you could do that. But I think you can only have one with the free account. Same thing with the funnels. I think you're limited to maybe 3. Am I right
3
about
total,
that?
Wes, I think. Yeah.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and not that you would need more than 3, but you might want to start bringing on clients, and which you can do with the paid account, and assign a different URL to that page, and nobody would ever know the difference. So anyway, go to that HTTPS //getgroove.live, sign up for a free account. And then that way, when we're in it, we'll be able to bring other people that have, come on and ask you how you're doing. One last thing, we are going to dissect the bejesus out of this thing. So we're going to know every single thing that we possibly can learn about Groove, and then I will put it into the membership site. I'll make sure that I note everything with as many different keywords as I can possibly think of, to where if we ever need to search it out, we can. So if you have a certain problem, as long as you put the right keywords in, theoretically it should be able to pull up and find that particular issue. So Cookie Johnson, thank you for popping in. Dust Till Dawn, them Miami's boys. I should say them Miami's boys. Why can't I say that? Them Miami boys. There we go. Thank you for subscribing. Cookie, thank you for being on. It looks like there's 11 other people total in here. That means about 8 or so people didn't say hi. And that's okay. You don't have to, but we'd love to know who's watching and say hello. And Ed, what do you have before we get out of here?
Um, just I guess my thought of today is almost like the same as yesterday. It's simplification. Just try to keep things as simple as possible. Because there's only so much time to do everything you want to try to do, and the more you have, the more bogged down you get. So simplify it and start monetizing it. That's all I'm saying.
I could not agree more. So, well, guys, on behalf of Ed and myself, I can't thank you enough for popping in. We will continue to let you know what's going on with this. I can't tell you how long we'll be in pre planning, but once we get into the main meat and potatoes, we'll be sure to let you know. And then, other than that, as always, have a dynamite day. I'll talk to you later, guys.
Yeah, man. See y'all.